Hi everyone, this is Anil. Welcome to Tokyo Video Series. As part of this video series, we have been covering features which are part of ServiceNow Tokyo release. We have seen how to upgrade instance to Tokyo and so on. So in this video, we will talk about a feature called Delete Record Safely, which is part of data management application in ServiceNow. So this is a new feature in Tokyo. So we'll see how this works, right? So if you want to, let's say, delete these two records from the platform. So traditionally, how we used to do is you select the records, then you go to action on selected records. Then there is a button called or UI action called delete, which will go and delete it. But as part of this data management feature, where we want to delete records safely, there is a new UI action which is introduced. It is called delete with preview. If you click on that, it will take you to a form called data management delete job. So this resides in a table called sys underscore dm underscore delete. And what it does is it creates a condition for you here. It is currently picking up the sys ID of the two records which I have selected. And then it picks up the table name from the list that I have selected. And, and then it will create a job for you which will do the deletion. Now, the benefit of this approach is it will allow you to control if you want to trigger business rules or not. So previously this was not available, as in when you go and delete a record, it automatically triggers the business rules unless you write a script to prevent it, right? Where you, I mean, if you write a script, you can do the set workflow false, which will allow you to control it, but this is a non-script way of doing it, right? The second benefit is like run at, which means you can schedule it. For example, if you want to do some kind of a cleanup in future as part of a release, then you do this configuration in a non-prod, you can then promote it to production, and then it will execute at that scheduled time. And then the other cool feature is preview cascade, which means if you read the help text, it says preview number of cascade deletions by this table. So, so what does cascade delete mean, right? So when you delete a record on a given table, then if it has any uh, like dependent tables for which data is not relevant anymore because the if this if if this record sets the context for those tables, then that data also gets cleaned up. So that is applicable in a lot of places in the platform. For example, CMDB is one good place where if you delete a CI, then the cascade delete triggers deletion on the health results and so on, right? So this will tell you what is the what records get deleted as part of cascade deletion as well, so that you know what is actually getting deleted in the backend. And then you also have an option to execute it immediately. Like again, this is similar to how a scheduled job works. So you click on this and it will trigger the delete immediately, right? So we'll also apply this on a different table uh, and see how it behaves, right? So let me find a CI record like a server and apply it on that. Now let's select all this and then say delete with preview. Yeah, and then it builds this condition and so on, right? Now here, if you click on preview cascade, then we should see what cascade delete would happen. So if you see here, it is telling you that it will go and delete uh, like from this table it is deleting these many records, and then from this table it is deleting these many records, and then relationships, these many are getting deleted, and then any SVC model associations, like this is part of service mapping, it is deleting that, and then there are vulnerability. I mean, if you have vulnerability management installed, then it is also deleting those vulnerable CIs from this table. And then again, all the other cascade deletes, right? So like expense lines on the asset side and then lease instance and so on. So basically, this is giving you a full insight into what other records get deleted when this record gets deleted or when the set of records gets deleted. along with the count of those records. Uh, yeah, we can also review this UI action and see how that behaves, right? So let's do that. Let's go to UI actions, click on this delete with preview. It's in global scope. And because it's in global scope, it applies to basically all the tables, unless you specifically uh, not show it. And then, yeah, and then if you need to have basically the can delete permission, and then there is a system property which is available. Let's look at that property and see what is defined there. So let's go to system properties and look for this record here. Uh, so so this is a true or false type property. So when true, enable creating data management deletion job from list view. Okay, so basically this controls if you want this to be available at the list level or not. So that's what this is about. Okay, pretty cool. And then you can see here, so what it is doing basically is it is trying to create an entry in this sysdm delete table, and then it is taking the table name as g underscore list dot get table name, and then it is passing all the SysIDs in the condition, and then it is making an insert, and then it is also trying to take you to that page, right? So this is what it is doing in the backend. Now here you can get creative, and then if you want to make any changes to this, or if you want to create any copies of this UI action specific to that list, then you can do all of that because they have exposed all this functions here, right? Uh, Now we need to see if this is available on workspace or not. I mean, these are unchecked, so my understanding would be that they're not available on workspace yet, but at some point they will be made available as well. So this is about this UI action. So let's do a quick recap. So previously, like before this functionality was available, if you want to delete records without running business rules, or if you want to schedule a delete, then you have to write a script for that. But now there's a non-script way of doing it. And to execute that, you will click on delete with preview as a UI action in the list view. And when you do that, it makes an entry in this table, and then it gives you an option to uncheck or check this business rules. In any other flows in the backend, it basically creates this filter with list of societies that you have selected. Now we need to see if there are any limits that get applied here, like 1000 or so on, right? But also this gives you an option to change the condition if needed, right? While you start with a list, like you can always come and update the conditions as needed, so that uh, you know you can refine this the delete job, right? And then you have an option to do a run it, as in when you want this to be deleted, and then you also have an option to execute it immediately, or you can also do a preview cascade to see what other records get deleted when you delete this record. So yeah, this is about this feature. We'll talk about other features in the future videos. Thank you for watching. This is Anil.